what does browser will do? The browser will display the web page wherever we request. Then what is the full form of HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This HTML, it is a root. Root in the sense for us the beginning. For a tree, the root will be the last. But for this HTML, it is in the beginning of it. But in client side, we are only writing the script. We can only see. We are only executing. Hello everyone, myself Evelyn Jacob, working as a faculty in the BCA department, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Today's session, we are going to discuss about C# and .NET technology. We have already discussed the syllabus. Now it's the time to go for the first unit, which is introduction. So in this introduction, the very first topic is web technology. So what is a web and what technology is used? We know web is something like interconnected. What is interconnected? For us, internet, in the concept of internet, we use various computers connect. So what are the computers? When they are connected together, it is internet. What are the tools available? And the technologies used in this computers. So in this internet. So moreover, when we go for a web browser, so we already know it is interconnected, that is internet with various tools and technology. It's the definition, what is web technology. Then, what is web browser? So we need to access some web page or website, we need a web browser. So what does browser will do? The browser will display the web page wherever we request. So if it is a web browser, which is the web browser available in our system, mostly will be installed Chrome, Internet Explorer, and there are many browsers. Whichever browser is there, we utilize it and access whatever we need. Then what is the need of a web browser? In web browser, only thing we can search, no, we can download also. You see, you can download movies, songs. It is all related, the search and whatever we want. We can download pictures, animation. If you want any file like a birthday image with animation, we'll go to a web browser and download it. So this is all about web technology. Simple definition is web technology uses various tools and techniques that are utilized. That are utilized by whom? In the process of communication between the system, that is internet. Then web browser. Using web browser, we'll access web pages. Next is www. See, 3 W is there. What is the full form? World Wide Web. If your web page or a website is in the internet, you can access throughout the world. It's simple, like you can access Google search engine throughout the world, right? That is www, that is World Wide Web. Okay. Next is very first concept is HTML. I already told in the syllabus session, when we have HTML, we can design a web page. Then what is the full form of HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. If they ask you what is HTML, what will you say? First, the full form of it. Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, it is a markup language. Why it is used? It is used to design web page. Next, I already told now what it is used. It is used to create a web page. It is a standard markup language. You have its own structure. By using the structure, you're gonna define it. So what is the structure of the web page then? How is the structure? What syntax is there? We have to follow in this HTML. So this HTML tells the browser how to display. However, we have written the structure of the HTML like that when we run a web page, it will be displayed. Meaning to say, we are telling the browser, you display the web page like this, okay? So HTML elements, you have a lot of HTML elements. Like how your tag should be there, how your content should be there, how it should be displayed, okay? Suppose if I want a heading, see this is all about C#. I write C# as a big bold. See, C sharp. So I give a heading. What heading it is? You know, heading, there have 6 tags. You have H1 till H6. So this C sharp can be written inside a heading tag called H1. So whatever we write, H1 is enclosed within this angle bracket, and we have to close using this forward slash followed with the tag. Okay. This is all about HTML basics. Still you have HTML. What it is? HTML tags are integrated into text. Whatever we write the tag. What is tag then? Something is enclosed within the angle bracket and we have to write the proper keyword. See, if I want to use bold, my text should be bold. I have to use B. Okay. What I'll write? I'll write some text. Say HTML only. So HTML will appear in bold. That is what is integrated into text document. Next, it has opening tag. What is opening tag? This is the opening tag. Say bold. Bold is the opening tag. I just write within this angle bracket. This is opening. Then which is closed with this forward slash I have written. That is the closing tag. It's all about opening and closing tag. So we know HTML, we have started with HTML, know some what is HTML, where to write the HTML. That comes to picture. Yeah, of course in computer. Where in computer, we'll write HTML, very simple HTML in Notepad. What is Notepad? It is a text editor. Okay. If you want to type everything, you go to a Notepad, type. Then how to save? Saving the file is nothing but filename.html. See, this is my first program. I've written some program. Now I want to save it. How shall I save? I may save first.html or HTML. Okay, HTML or HTML. Next, once if I write the HTML, save the HTML, then I have to open the HTML. I want to see the web page. So for that, I have to open the file. How to open the file? You go to the file wherever it is, right click on it, open with browser. Okay, any browser which is there on your system. Okay, it may be Internet Explorer, Safari, Mozilla Firefox. They are all examples for what? Web browser. So we discussed about HTML from the full definition of it. Now it is the structure. This is the structure of HTML. If you know the structure, you are ready to go with the web page. So very first line is doc type HTML. This can be written in Notepad, or if you don't want, you can write only so much. Okay, this can be written in Notepad. So doc type HTML tells you which version of the HTML you are using. It's something like this document belongs to the HTML. So this is the opening tag. Very first I have to write HTML. Then I have to close the HTML. Then inside what it comes, body tag is there. Before that you can write head tag. Every opening tag should have closing tag. So head I will close. So in the head tag will tells you what type of document is this. Inside head I may write one more tag, title. So this is inside head. I may say this is my first program. I will write first program. Okay. Then what I should do? I should close with the title tag. Right? This whole title should be embedded here. Okay. Then close the head tag. Then what the body tag will tells you? They will tell you the content. So what should the user want to see? See, I want to display some information regarding tiger. So I'll give you some details like tiger. I'm going to write the image of the tiger. Everything will be displayed inside the body tag. Okay, this is all about the structure of HTML. Next, see, I've already given you some example. We can see here, whatever I written in the head section, it is already defined here. So, in the title I gave what? My first program. You can give your own text. Here it is page title. This is your own choice. You can write your name also, right? Then head is closed, then body starts. This body tag will give you what? Will give you content. Okay? Content to what? Content of this document. See H1. What is H1? Is a heading tag. What they had given in heading? My first heading. And what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to close the H1. Next is the P. What does P stands for? P is paragraph. When you open a text, you will have paragraphs. That is all about this paragraph only. I can write paragraph, it is nothing but not only one sentence, more than one sentence will have in the paragraph. So you can write any sentence and then what you have to do? You have to close the paragraph. Then you'll close the body tag. Last is the HTML tag. So here is the description of whatever tags is used, why it is used. See, I already told this doc type. What doc type will tell? Will tell to whom? Will tell the browser to display the web page correctly in what format? In HTML format. Okay. Then what this HTML tag will tell? This HTML, it is a root. Root in the sense for us the beginning. For a tree, but for this HTML, it is in the beginning of it. Next is the head. Head tag will gives you the information what is all about. What this page indicates. The information of the web page. We write in which tag? Inside head, that is a title tag. Okay. So I already told. So title tag will write what? The web page document, what it belongs to, why we are writing, a simple term will write. As I've told you, I've written my first page. Okay, this all about head section. Next is the body tag. See, body tag will gives you the actual information. What is the web page about? What it describes? What it gives? That it gives you the actual body of the page. Okay. In other words, you can say it is the content of it. What is the content? So, this is all about HTML structure. You have many tags. H1, paragraph tag, bold tag, and many more as the small tag. Then, when you go into the tags, you have a brief of explanation. You can use many tags. In that, one is we discussed about the heading tag from H1 to H6. How many headings are there? 6 headings from H1. Then P. We already discussed what is P indicates. Paragraph. So if you want to write paragraph statements, write inside the P tag. Next is BR. What is BR? Here itself, BR means it is break. Break of what? Sentence. See, you can see all this line. It is break. So one after the other. If I want to press enter, it will come to the next line. For a HTML, to press the enter, we use BR. Break the line and come to the next line. That is all about break. So this is HR. Horizontal rule. It is nothing but I want to draw some line. So that time I going to use HR. Is something like if I use HR here and some statements, it should draw a horizontal line like this. Okay. Next, I told I'll give some information about tiger inside the body tag and an image. Then how should I place the image? Should I just copy paste the image or download the image? So for that also you have a tag called IMG. That stands for image. In the image, you have to identify the location of the image, where the image is exactly stored. So that is all about source. Suppose I have given some tiger.jpg in my D drive. I use the location d:"tiger.jpg. Okay. This is all about the source of it. So source I give. If I give just this source attribute, we call this as a attribute. Tag is image, attribute is the properties of the image. So what I say is, I'm going to download this image and save in D drive. So tiger image will appear in my web page. But still I don't want to appear that image with the long width and height. I can also set height and width attributes. Say width is equal to 100 and height is equal to say 200. Okay. So how many attributes we use for image? One is source, that is the downloaded file path, then width and height. Okay. Next, after we study about the HTML and all, it's a static web page. What is static web page? We just create the web page, does not change. We want to do some changes. We want to do some interaction with the user. So that time we go for a scripts. Script is something where we write a code. For that, we may need validation or some interaction with the user, or the data should be saved. For that, we gonna write scripts. What are scripts? In this session, we'll go detail about client-side and server-side script. What is client-side? What is server-side? We can say script or scripting language. So what are the advantage of the script? What are the disadvantage? And what is the overview of it? Okay. So what is a script then? Script is tiny piece of code that is interpreted, that is executed by whom? Scripting engine. This we call it as a script. And what are the types of scripting language? See, what is programming language? What is scripting language? If this is a script, and what are the types? See, if I am writing a script, that is client-side script. If it is used in the server, it is, and the processing is also done on the server, it is server-side script. Client-side scripting, why it is called client-side is, it requires user computer. See, I am using the computer, I am going to write the script in my computer, that is client-side script. And where it is executed? If I am writing the script, should I execute here or on the server? No, it should execute in my machine, that is user machine. Okay. It is user machine, or another word is client or end user. Then, if it is client-side scripting, what is server-side scripting? As the name itself says, server-side, it will be executed in the web server. Okay. And the script is not visible to the user. Why it is executing in the server side? We cannot see what? Script. But in client side, we are only writing the script. We can only see, we are only executing, right? Then what are the advantage? We are using a script here. And what may be the advantage? There are a lot of advantage. In the same process, we have disadvantage also. It is open source and free. So, in the scripting language is open source. It is readily available and anybody can use it. That is all about open source. So, anyone around the world can use this scripting language. And the second point is easy to use. Even if you don't know the programming language also, you can do. If you know any of the programming language, it will be quite easy to write the script. Then comes to the memory. When we think about a programming language, any programming language, this session is all about C#. This programming language requires a lot of memory. But in this case, it uses lighter memory. In the case, lighter memory is lesser memory. Okay? This is all about advantage. What are the other advantage? Then it is portable. What is portable? Portable and platform independent. It doesn't have any restriction like you have to use the script in this OS or in Windows OS or Linux. It is platform independent. It can be used anywhere. This is also an advantage. Next, interactivity. So we are writing script for the sake of interaction. By whom? User. When you have interaction only, you'll have effective web page. See, in the class, lecturers are there, we're going to lecture. When there is an interaction, it will be a very nice time, okay? Similar to this, we have interactivity. How to interact? By adding some GUI. What is GUI? Graphic user interface. You'll have many controls. The user will enter it and submitted some interaction. If he enters a wrong password, we're going to give message. What message? The password is incorrect. Then what are the other advantage? Only so much, still you have advantage. It is used as a prototype. So before any programming language, a prototype should be built. In this script, we're going to use it. Then what is the other file? So we already told scripts is a tiny piece of code that is interpreted. That is executed by whom? Script engine. So here compilation is not done. Wherever you see a programming language, you have compilation running. But here direct running, that is direct executing. And you can use the functionality. See, function is nothing but a piece of code we write inside a function. Say, I'll write function as a keyword in script. Say, what I do is, I'm gonna use factorial. Okay? These are the function factorial. I'll write some code here. This is function. This function also can be used in script. It uses variety of what? Libraries that is available here. Okay? Even this is easier now. When a library is there, you can utilize. So our college library will be, you can utilize the books. Similarly, this library, you can utilize the code, classes and all. Next is, see, it enables user to view the code. Is this advantage or disadvantage? Now we are coming to what? Disadvantage. Advantage is over. It doesn't mean so many advantages there, it is best to use sometimes, but they say that enables user to view the code. See, I want a code that does not want anybody to see. So what happens is that security is not there. So what company will does is they'll prohibit. They doesn't want others to make the code visible. That is what the disadvantage. Next, this is not compiled. It is interpreted. So what happens when you interpret? Compilation is not done. So the process is compilation and running should done simultaneously. But here compilation is not done. So this is also one disadvantage. Sometimes compared with a compiled program, scripting language may be slow. For us we thought, oh, compile run both have to be done, it may be slow. But it depends on situation. If there is no compile directly running, so the code will be little slow to execute. Next. So in the scripting language, what happens is only interpreters come to picture. The interpreter should analyze each and every code. So what happens? When that is done, it don't perform the execution faster. See, compilation is not there, directly interpretation. So it should execute each and every code. So interpreter has the more responsibilities and the performance will be what? Slow. Okay. So what are the main disadvantages? We have to use, to make it interaction, we have to use GUI. Okay. This GUI is little expensive. See, when you have this other platform like programming language, when it is readily available GUI, this is more faster and it is inexpensive, but this is expensive. Okay. Next, it is not supported by all the browsers. So what happens is, it is not supported means I want to run a script, I had already embedded the script inside my HTML. But it will not support by all browsers. Only some browsers will support. Some browser does not execute the script. So this is what? Another disadvantage. Next. So if I want to use client-side scripting, what language should I use? We all talked about script. Advantage, disadvantage. But what is the use? So what is the use of using these languages? These are all what? Scripting language. Starting with a JavaScript, it is very common. When we use a HTML, inside the head tag, we use a JavaScript. How the JavaScript works? It is a very famous scripting language. Okay? You can make interaction with the user. Next is the VB script. See, compared to JavaScript, VB script is what? Lightweight. And it is a active scripting. We can use VB script also has a scripting language. Next, so we already came to know about HTML. Then HTML is used. Why it is used? HTML is used for the creation of web page. When we say creation of web page, it is nothing but the front end. When the user see a website, he see the HTML part of it. That we call it as front end portion. Okay. Next is the CSS. What is CSS? What is the full form of it? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. See our web page, if the web page is plain enough, plain file or black font, is it interactive? Is it attractive? No. So we have to change the style. We have to apply some images, nice colors and all. For that, CSS come into picture. CSS is style. Applying style to what? To a web page. Okay. This is all about applying styles. Next, Ajax. You came about JavaScript. If you want to make still more lighter weight, go for a Ajax. What is the full form of Ajax? It is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. See, you have two terms. JavaScript is there and XML is there. Then what is XML? It is also markup language. It is extended markup language. It is similar to HTML, but we don't use it for designing a web page. We use to store the information. Okay. Next is jQuery. So, what is the difference between Ajax and jQuery? See, sometimes if you want to give some information, I already press, I submit the form and say submit. When we use JavaScript, it refreshes the web page. But when I use Ajax, it does not refresh. The user does not see the refreshing of the page. That is all about Ajax without refreshing the web page. Then jQuery. jQuery is very nice concept. It is, when compared to JavaScript, it is very lightweight. All built-in functions, libraries and all are available. We say it is a lightweight. Write less, do more. So write less is something like, it is the weightage of it is less so that you can write less and the functionality is more. So when we come across client-side scripting language from the JavaScript to jQuery, we come across. Then what are the language in the server side? In the server side scripting, very first is PHP. What is the full form of it? The PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. This is also server side. And what is it used for? It is used, first, why it is used? It is used to execute on the server side. It is used specifically for web development. Whenever you want to design a web page, website and all, some prefer PHP. Okay. Next, C++. You are already familiar with C++. Very first concept I say it is all about hoops. In hoops, what it is? Inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. We have already discussed in the previous session. Okay. Next is, this is our topic, C#. We don't say C#, we say C#. What is this symbol? We say C#, it is pronounced as C#. It is developed by whom? By Microsoft. It is also a programming language. It is similar to what? Hoops concept, but we work on which platform? .NET framework. Next is Java. So many things are there. So what we do is, we just go into focus on whichever easy for us, whichever is convenient, we go into this. So Java is very most popular. We know that because of its platform independent. Many times we want to stick to Java for a programming language. It all depends on the requirement, whether to go for a Java or the other platform. Next is Python. Python lets you to code very easily because when you take a C program, you have length of code. The Python has been reduced. We say it works very quickly and efficiently. Which language? Python. Next, you have another programming language, that is scripting language. With scripting language, server-side scripting language, that is all about Ruby. We say it is as a highly versatile in development. So each scripting language, it has own advantage. Depending on the situation, depending on the context, we have to select the server-side scripting language. Next, it is ASP.NET. When I say ASP.NET, it is on the focus of web development. Okay, we're going to design what? Web application using ASP.NET. For that, we need which framework? .NET framework. So, it is specifically for building web pages. Then is the concept of DBMS. DBMS stands for Database Management System. Way to store our data is in DBMS. Which database? How to acquire the database? How to insert the table? It is all about DBMS, where we have this software. Many softwares are there. What are the softwares available? You can go for Oracle, SQL, MySQL. Okay. This is all about the server side. So that's all for the today's session. Thank you.